I'm in Judges. Well, not me actually, but 13:20, and I started from about here. I wanted to speak about it. It said, Manoah said to the, or Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, "Please let us detain you and prepare a young goat for you." And the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, "If you detain me, I will not eat of your food, but if you prepare a burnt offering, then offer it to the Lord." First off, that sentence don't even really make sense. It's like he wanted to continue, so it should be a apostrophe right there. But for Manoah did not know that he was the angel of the Lord. And Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, "What is your name, so that when your words come true, we may honor you." Now, I don't know if he was if he knew he was getting tricked or not, but he was though. It was a test. But and the angel of the Lord said to him, "Why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful?" So the angel already seemed kind of like a woman. And then this chapter is called the birth of Samson. Anyway, but anyway, so Manoah took the young goat with the grain offering, and then the goat, not a lamb with a grain offering, to be a mismatch anyway, and offered it on a rock to the Lord, to the one who works wonders. And Manoah and his wife were watching. And I think the Manoah that he was speaking of is actually, I think it's actually him, but it's like a different version of him that he was possibly going to manifest into after he did this. But and when the flame went up towards heaven from the altar, the angel of the Lord went up in the flame of the altar. Now, Manoah and his wife were watching, and they fell on their faces to the ground. The angel of the Lord appeared no more to Manoah and to his wife. Then Manoah knew that he was the angel of the Lord. And Manoah said to his wife, "We shall surely die, for we have seen God." But his wife said to him, "If the Lord had meant to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering at our hands, or shown us all these things, or now announced to us such things as these." And the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. And the young man grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to stir him in Mahane Dan, between Zorah and Eshtaol. Now, when first off, I think that the wife, I think she knew what the Lord was possibly going to do, either first, or she knew the outcome. If he was stupid, meaning Samson, and meaning the angel that the Lord has sent, and the Lord also. But as for Manoah, if he didn't know, then he can't really, I mean, he can put it on himself, but he really can't, you know what I'm saying? But basically, it's almost like she knew she was giving away a son, either in Samson, or he would have to do a good job with the wife that he bore, because of this right here, because the angel that showed up was the angel that was playing both sides. So since this angel is playing both sides, I don't think it was an angel at all, or the angel may have gotten crossed. You know what I'm saying? Like one that's actually downstairs in the demon realm compared to upstairs in the angelic realm. So I think since these things happened, it was like one thing happened down there, one thing happened up there, and since it's both, I mean, more than likely, if one or the other had more, basically, if one or the other had more power, or one or the other had more, whatever you may say, that demon or that angel was going to win. You know what I'm saying? Which would make the angel more either demonic or more angelic. So she's something else in this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like his wife was not on the right side. So I'm thinking that Manoah was the angel and she was the demon, and she possibly had more power than he knew, but she possibly knew the power that she held. But anyway, Samson went down to Timnah, and at Timnah he saw one of the daughters of the Philistines. Then he came up and told his father and mother, I saw one of the daughters of the Philistines at Timnah. Now get her for me as a wife. But his father and mother said to him, is there not a woman among the daughters of your relatives or among all our people that you must go take a wife from the uncircumcised Philistines? But Samson said to his father, get her for me, for she is right in my eyes. So he must have felt like, he must have felt like she may have been the right woman, you know what I'm saying? But let's see. His father and mother did not know that it was from the Lord, for he was seeking the opportunity against the Philistines. So he shouldn't have been even seeking the opportunity against them. At that time, the Philistines ruled over Israel, so he must have felt some type of way after he possibly found out what was going on in his last chapter. You know what I'm saying? Or this last chapter that I just read. But then Samson went down with his father and mother, and excuse my nose is running a little bit. It's snowing outside. But and they came to the vineyards of Timnah, and behold, a young lion came toward him roaring. Oh yeah, and all these tests was tests I think that Jesus, he had also been a part of, but Jesus only got them right because all these other people had already went through these tests. So I think Jesus, he actually, I would say he got the easy route, but if you see something happen, and then once you see it happen, it's easy to go the other way or go the other route. You know what I'm saying? Rather than go the same route as the last person, and the same thing happens. So I think this is one of the reasons why people were saying like Jesus was fake and this and that. But anyway, then the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him, and although he had nothing in his hand, he tore the lion in pieces as one wears a young goat. And it seems to me like they had more power too. So the judges at that time possibly were scared of him also. Like, man, these people right here, these dudes and women, these mother is strong. You know what I'm saying? And the woman or somebody in the woman's family, or like she said, or like they said, the relatives, they may have did a deal or something like that. Like, we're gonna get all our stuff back as long as we just follow what goes on. You know what I'm saying? Which is a command. It's not a commandment. This may be why the commandments was only 10 of them rather than being in Israel, which is 15. And I also think that even if it is in English, I think that 10 to 15 commands that's meant, that's still not a lot. So it's easy to kind of follow them unless you get tricked or unless you get tested. You know what I'm saying? But but he did not tell his father or his mother what he had done. Then he went down and talked with the woman, and she was right in Samson's eyes. After some days, he returned to her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees in the body of the lion and honey. And also, some people throw somebody else's spirit or try to trick you by not asking you or questioning you, but being like, all right, we gonna link this spirit to you and see what you do with it, and see if you can possibly help them, or just act like you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of little tricks and trades and jacks and spades and whatever you may say, you know what I'm saying, or whatever somebody else may do that's involved in all this stuff too. So you gotta be like careful, and you gotta be thoughtful of the person's spirit that's involved also, so then they can come out at the top too. But see, some people ain't really like that, so it's really a big test about how your heart is and stuff. But that may be why the woman was like this, because he was getting tested and he didn't see the way that she wanted him to see, so he didn't get too far in the department of God or the department of lordship. And that may be why you only see his name being Samson. But he scraped it out into his hands and went on eating as he went. And he came to his father and mother and gave some to them, and they ate. But he did not tell them that he had scraped the honey from the carcass of the lion. His father went down to the woman, and Samson prepared a feast there, for so the young man used to do. As soon as the people saw him, they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said to them, let me now put a riddle to you. Now, a riddle, you don't know who that riddle is actually. You don't know who that riddle is, like, you know what I'm saying, like part of, you know what I'm saying, like, because most of the time people say that riddles is part of the witches, warlocks, the demons, even white Jesus, you know what I'm saying, but who knows, you know what I'm saying, who knows, but that may be a part of some deep spirituality that's dark, anyway, so that's how I would look at it, you know what I'm saying, but, as I normally say, the words that I'm stating, that would be my words, but if I was ever talking to somebody else's lingo, it's time for them to not give that up, but basically, like, it's time for the let go situation that happened anyway. But anyway, if you could tell me what it is within 7 days of a feast and find it out, then I will give you 30 lining garments and 30 changes of clothes. But if you cannot tell me what it is, then you shall give me 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothes. Now you notice how they just say linen and 30 changes of clothes, so they're trying to come up double for a riddle. So it's like it's a bet. It's not something that's genuine. It's not for righteousness' sake. But anyway, and they said to him, put your riddle that we may hear it. He said to them, out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. Now out of the eater came nothing to eat. Out of the weak, the eat came to the eater that didn't make the weak eat. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, and in 3 days they cannot solve the riddle. On the fourth day, they said to Samson's wife, entice your husband, man, another, oh, okay, I'm about to settle on the period, but anyway, entice your husband to tell us what the riddle is, lest we burn you and your father's house with fire. Like, why are you mad? like, come on, man. Have you invited us here to impoverish us? And Samson's wife wept over him and said, you only hate me, you do not love me. You have put a riddle to my people, and you have not told me what it is. And he said to her, behold, I have not told my father nor my mother, and shall I tell you? She wept before him the 7 days that their feast lasted. And on the 7th day he told her because she pressed him hard. But then she told the riddle to her people, and the man of the city said to them, he said to him on the 7th day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion? Now, he should have possibly, first off, been closer to his wife, because once he passed this test up here, or when she, because they really don't mention it, no more, but he had to have, passed it on some, not knowing stuff. And they still was testing him. So it seems like his wife was kind of, she wasn't dumb, but she was a little more simple, because she may or may not have known that if he passed that test that he would be smarter or she would be dumber. But if she knew that and she's still testing, that's all bad. You know, when everything comes into play and when she find the time to really get him, and then it's like a big bet or a big enticement or a big time to come up or something like that, you know she gonna take it. So this is a messed up situation. And she told the riddle to the people also, and the man of the city also, and it was 7 days. So it was holy. It was 7 days. It's WHOLLY basically. It's I think that's it's full when it comes to the secular side, you know what I'm saying? So it was a full 7 days, you know what I'm saying? Which is a whole week. But and he said to them, if you had not plowed with my heifer, you would not have found out my riddle. So he called her a heifer because I think the men in the city might have been up bad, man. Who knows, man? But the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him, and he went down to Ascalon and struck down 30 men of the town and took their spoil and gave the garments to those who had told the riddle. And how angry he went back to his father's house. And Samson's wife was given to his companion, who was his best man. Man, they got spooked. On everything, bro. That's why the Spirit of the Lord rushed to him, but the Spirit of the Lord may have rushed to him calm down. We only playing, but this Lord ain't playing with him. He really want his spoil also. You know what I'm saying? Especially if afterwards he took the spoil anyway. And then say Samson defeat the Philistines. And then Samson and Delilah. The only thing I see is, man, and then the death of Samson. See, the only thing I see is a whole bunch of jealousy. And then the Philistines seized him and Gaza and brought him down to Gaza. Now, wherever the Philistines is, if you bring somebody to Gaza and then Gaza is known for their war, man, they should already know what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? By him and his wife. So if he beefing with Gaza or something like that, or if he got a problem with Gaza, it was already a war that was, I ain't gonna say to be won by Gaza, but it's already a war that's already you already gotta put your hands up, damn. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I wish I could get into this war, but don't beef with no army, don't beef with no Philistines, don't beef with somebody that's in the army is all I have to say, man. With that being said, have a nice day, man.